Joe, we've been doing this for all the P5, I guess P4 now. Conferences are way too early projections. Today, we round this up with the Big 12 in a really new, shaken up Big 12. Joe, Texas and Oklahoma are no longer in the league. You got more teams like Colorado, Utah, and others coming in. I got to be a little real with you. Look, listen to me. I think, call me Big 12 Blake from now on. When we talk about any Big 12 school, I think this is going to be the funnest Power 5, Power 4 conference in the country.
It is back to what has made it entertaining. Chaos. This is what the Big 12 is supposed to be. It's supposed to be chaotically unpredictable.
No idea what's about to happen here. Joe, it would not surprise me. This is not going to happen. What if Baylor comes out of the Big 12? Baylor!
I don't think that they will, but it's not off the table. There is a lot of parity. Here's the biggest thing. Here's the craziest part. Unlike the ACC, all of these teams are funneling shitloads of money into these football programs because they want to be relevant. Texas Tech's got their oil money. We don't know where the money's really coming from with Baylor. Colorado's got
you want to know where
superstars going on over there with Colorado?
Coming from Baylor?
Dave Aranda?
No, the Christians. The Baptists.
Yeah. The Mormons are funding BYU, whatever that means. All of these teams want to be nationally relevant. Now's the opportunity for it to happen.
Joe, I had
you got Arizona who's got no damn money in their pockets, and they're just dicking around.
They have no money. Joe, I was really high on Texas Tech last year because I thought that they had some really good pieces. Now,
that was a mistake.
McGuire,
That was a mistake. I mean, I was high too, and it was a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. Remember, Joe. How about this? Of the teams that we talked about, of the 25 teams that we ranked in our preseason poll and talked about, we hit on 24 of them. I went and looked this up today.
The only one we didn't hit on was Texas Tech?
Only one that we did not hit on was Texas Tech. Okay.
Did I have Illinois in there? Okay, sorry, continue. Go ahead.
No, we did Illinois because it was if you remember, we joked around because I said that because Brett Bielema, all right, remember, like he retweeted you. Yeah. And so we did them 24-25. Texas Tech was the team that we missed on. But man, I got to tell you, they were kind of on the brink of something last year. They just lost. And look, here's the crazy thing. Remember when we were making fun of them against Wyoming? Wyoming didn't have a bad year. Like, Wyoming was actually kind of good a little bit. They won 10 games. My point was, I'm pretty sure Wyoming won 10 games.
Let me look.
Yeah, look. Wyoming had like a stretch where they were undefeated for like 7 weeks. Remember? Go look at it. Hurry up.
I'm trying to. 9-4. You were wrong.
Oh, I was one off?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. They were 9-4. But they did have a good year. All I'm saying is it feels like it's Utah's conference to lose here with Cam Rising coming back. You got Colorado, who, Joe, I got to be real with you. Look, you wanted to ban a lot of Colorado talk. Man, I kind of taken a look at Colorado. I don't know if they're not a competitor in that league.
Well, okay, wait. I don't disagree with that. And I think that it is fair to say that Colorado has elite football players in Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, and they've done a good enough job with talent acquisitions through the portal to fill some of the areas that were big issues this last year, which was their O-line and their D-line. Them being competitive in the conference, finishing with a winning record, and maybe even in the top quarter of the teams, is a plausible potential possibility to bring to the table. I have never once doubted that. The thing that has bugged the shit out of me is that when you say that they're not going to win a national championship, is that the Colorado fans come storming in here and they call you a jackass, which is...
No, that's not all they called us.
But it's fucking lazy that they get all mad at us when they don't know what the landscape of the rest of the conference is. But yes, I think it's plausible to bring up Colorado. Are they one of my top 2 teams? No. Are they potentially top 5 or 6? Yes, absolutely.
Well, look, they brought in a brand new offensive line. They're bringing in a brand new defensive line. I mean, Joe, there are a lot of guys from Colorado that hit the portal, but I got to tell you, not really anybody. I mean, a couple of guys, yeah, here and there along the offensive line, some defenders. But, Joe, those guys, a lot of those guys aren't going anywhere else. I mean, it kind of feels like DeLeone is taking out what he believes to be the trash. My thing is, I think Texas Tech could be a player here. I'm still going to stay with McGuire. I'm not going to let the bad season ruin what I think they're building here. Joe, I mean, Texas Tech got a 5-star recruit. Like, it's not as if that they're not building something decent there. But I feel like, and we'll continue to come back to, I just feel like this is Utah's to lose. I really do, because you got Winningham, you got Rising coming back. They're still going to be physical. I got to lean Utah here early, man. I have to.
Here's my 2. I actually don't like Texas Tech. A little burnt by them, so I'm removing them. I think Taj Brooks is a very good running back, and I think that he could be one of the top statistical running backs in 2024. It's very possible. But I just don't know who else is really on that team that's going to be a threat for them. My big 2, Utah bringing back Cam Rising for year 20 is going to be very important. As we have seen, these older, experienced quarterbacks who Cam Rising's been a good player. You know, this is not like Tyler Shuck, who's been around for a million years and has sucked everywhere he's been, or Alan Bowman, the other one that's been around for a million years. He is a good football player. They're sending a couple guys to the NFL, but they are a next up type of a team that develops at a very high level. So I'm very optimistic on what they can do. But my other one that needs to be brought up is Kansas State. Now, one of the things that I brought up with Will Howard going to Ohio State, why I was not impressed by him, that no one wants to talk about, Avery Johnson was right up his ass. Avery Johnson was coming for that starting job. And we started to see
about him during the year. Remember how much we talked about him during the year? Yeah.
The more time that kid got on the field, the more big plays that he made. And then he played his goddamn ass off in that Pop-Tart Bowl. I think that Avery Johnson is going to be an explode onto the scene type of a guy in 2024. One who will be potentially the best player, if not one of the best players in the Big 12 in 2024. And their success is going to run through them. I'm picking Kansas State. I think that Kansas State is going to win this conference this year.
Okay. I went with Utah, but there is a team that I think we're leaving out that we leave out every year, and I always tell you it's a mistake. Guess who it is?
Who?
Oklahoma State. The mullet just is consistent. Joe, they played in the Big 12 title game.
Okay, here's why I'm making that face. I don't disagree, but they're one of those goddamn teams that kicks the shit out of the easy teams.
South Alabama.
Wait, what? Oh, well, yeah, they do.
They got trounced by South Alabama.
They do shit like that. So, they'll finish with a good record, but they're going to make mistakes along the way that prevent them from being a really actual contending team. I don't want them to be up there.
Joe, you don't think that they could why don't you want to be there it is.
Why? Because they're going to shit their pants like they did in the Big 12 championship game.
No, they faced a better team than them. That's all.
I don't want them going to the playoffs.
Remember that running game they had? You love their little running back. What was his name?
He's not little. Ollie Gordon's big as shit.
I mean, you know what I mean?
6'3".
Okay. I mean, Joe, I got to ask you a very honest
I wrote them down. Look, I wrote them down, but I'm a little wary about them because,
Okay, at a Utah, let me ask you this. If they're not third, then where are they? And who overtakes them? So again, we can talk about Kansas State and Utah all we want to. And I'm not disagreeing with you on Kansas State at all. All I'm saying is, how are you not going to have Oklahoma in your top 3, which would make them a contender? You know what that would mean? That means Oklahoma State and Oklahoma State and Kansas State. I don't know if they play, but I'm just giving a wild scenario because I'm sure they'll play Utah or somebody. In one of those games, it's going to be a win-lose situation of who goes to the Big 12 title game.
BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL, are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. BetOnline, where the game starts.